Hi, everyone. I'm Emperor Lemon.
I'm Rusty Cage.
I'm Emperor Lime.
Fuck you, Monkey.
We're both wearing the same thing at this party. I think one of us, it's embarrassing. You should go home and change. I'm going to stay as the Emperor Lime. Maybe you could become like the king of apples or something.
And people are tuning out. I can hear it right now. They're clicking out.
Oh, sorry for inviting this hilarious talent of Emperor Lime to your show. It's already making people click off of it.
God damn it.
So is it just me or is H3H3 like the funniest channel on YouTube?
At one point, it absolutely was, and that was about...
Fuck off.
No, I'm serious. About a year and a half ago, when they were blowing up, they had 100,000 subscribers, maybe about 300,000 when I first heard of them. And once I tweeted them out, they became a huge thing.
Oh, once you tweeted them out?
No, they were funny. They were putting out consistently
Yeah, but how do you define
videos.
Funny? Because when you say they're the funniest YouTube channel...
I've never binge-watched another YouTuber and just watched every single video. I watched all of them.
And they all made you laugh consistently?
Some of them were less than others, but they were all very, very, very funny.
If you're going to say the funniest YouTube channel, like you have to think like Jimmy Kimmel. Funny guy.
Sure. Yeah, right. He's got a big channel.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, James Corden.
Right. Well, I mean, how else are they always #1 trending?
Yeah, like they're so fun. Like, how can you say that H3 is funnier than any of them?
They're
very funny.
I mean, Jimmy Kimmel is very funny.
I mean, TBS.
That's a smart man, too.
Like, they're all on TBS, right? Because the motto of that station is very funny. I have to assume they're all, like, TBS affiliates.
Precisely. Like that part where Kimmel brought on Trump's dead father. That was class A comedy right there.
I like the part when Jimmy Kimmel put on blackface and said, "Hey, white lady, you want to touch my big black dong?" And I was like, wow, this is funny.
Well, to be fair, that episode of his show did horrible in the ratings.
I wonder why.
That was the weekend that Black Panther came out, so
like,
the target audience was all at the theater instead of watching the show.
Yeah,
right. That's the reason why black people weren't watching Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, because they were all at Black Panther that night.
Right, they weren't watching something else, anything else at all.
Hey, why are we shitting on Jimmy Kimmel when we're supposed to be shitting on H3 Productions?
I don't know. I think they're funny, and I don't know what your grievance is, but you definitely do have a grievance.
I never watched H3 specifically for the comedy. It was always more about the social commentary aspect.
So when did you start watching them though? Like what, a year ago?
No.
During the election with Ken Bone and...
No, I've been fucking watching them since like Papa John.
Hey, what do you mean a year ago? They had 0 videos last year because they were like, "Oh, I'm getting sued. I can't make videos. I'm getting sued.
We have to go to court."
Oh, yeah, like that takes up every second of your fucking life. No. Bullshit. You're getting sued and you can't make a video for 9 fucking months. Are you kidding me?
The lawyer's doing it all for you.
Every day?
The lawyer does all the work for you.
Yeah,
that's the point of a lawyer.
You're acting... What is this obligation that H3H3 has to even make content at all? Can't they just do whatever the fuck they want?
But
all
Dick
of us
Masterson...
No one talks... What about you, Emperor Lemon? You're always fucking dicking around putting a video out every 3 months. What if you put something out that people didn't like and everyone's going, what the fuck? It takes you 3 months to put out this
That's not my argument.
Okay.
Well, I haven't actually presented my argument yet.
You're right.
But well, if I can give one quick example. Dick Masterson got sued and it took like 9 months of his life.
Who?
It doesn't matter who. He kept podcasting every single week and he turned him getting sued into content. Like every week you could hear like the updates on the lawsuit, and it was fucking hilarious.
You see, that's what separates the fucking big boys,
from
the chumps, from the pretenders.
Yeah, that's true.
The pretenders.
A true comedian can make anything funny. Ethan, when I get depressed, I make a funny depression video. When Ethan does, he doesn't make anything. Fuck him.
He made plenty of videos talking about
He made an update saying I was too depressed to make a video.
Wait, did you see his last video? It ended with
I don't watch his videos.
But it was funny. Hila said pretty much, no, this has all just been a joke. I'm not actually into you. Our marriage is a sham. And everyone left, and then it's just him with his head down, just sad and depressed.
That's how they ended their video?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's a funny bit, yeah.
It was funny, because it was like this whole thing leads up to this. He's like, but you're pregnant with my child. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to kill it.
That's a really funny bit, actually.
It was funny. Yeah. But that was their big return to the old days, where they kind of stopped trying to dabble in like politics and like
getting sued
and shit.
Stop dabbling in lawsuits.
Okay, yeah. So it's not the H3 main channel content that I dislike. is the fucking podcast.
You hate their podcast.
I hate podcasts
I hate
so much.
YouTubers who start
Oh my
podcasts
God, here we
too.
go.
Like any
Do you have any
YouTuber
idea
who
how
has
much-
started a podcast is a huge piece of shit.
Podcasts fucking suck. Honestly,
Their
if you're
podcast
listening,
was kind of good.
if you're listening to a
sometimes.
podcast of any sort, you just need to get off of YouTube and go back to watching television because your brain is just not equipped for the internet as we know it.
Well, you don't think that we have something to bring our 0 listeners?
Wait, why are you bringing us into this? We're talking about H3 podcast.
Huh?
Yeah, H3
Well,
podcast.
none of us have a
Okay, here's the
podcast.
problem with fucking
Oh, yeah,
podcasts.
that's right.
Podcasts ruin YouTubers. Now that I've started podcasts, it's going to be the end of my channel just as I'm starting to pick up steam. So congratulations me for fucking throwing away my YouTube career by starting a podcast. All they do is it takes time away from their main content, and then they get like a few people watching, and they're like, oh, well, we got an audience. We better spend even more time on the fucking podcast
But
and not
can't-
make videos that people subscribe to you to watch.
The podcast is good. They have good people on there.
Well, it
They
used
had
to be
Bo
good.
Burnham on. That was a great
It
episode.
used to be good.
But it's, okay, there's a lot of shitty. Here's the thing: there's good episodes filled in with shitty episodes. Bill Burr's podcast with him, whether or not Ethan was a good host, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that podcast is entertaining for the same reason as a video you showed me of the guy getting his fucking heart ripped out of his chest.
You
was
didn't like
entertaining.
that? Shit.
I think the key difference here, Emp, for if a podcast ruins a YouTuber, is one little phrase I like to call super chats. If the podcast is pre-recorded, it's usually fine. But if they're doing a live stream podcast
Yeah.
every week and they're raking in the big bucks, they have no incentive.
All right, well,
incentive
hold on,
to
Monkey. We
keep
got
making.
a $10 super chat. This is from user.
This is from Camel Cigarettes influencers.
Yeah,
Hey
this-
guys, could you please read out my question online?
Yeah, hey, you didn't finish the pre-roll ad read.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! All right.
But,
Well, we'll
yeah,
do that
but
at the end.
that's
of
so it like
the end of the show.
you get big making videos, you get 1 million subs, and then if you just live stream every week, that pays all your bills. So why would you ever put an effort into a video that doesn't make as much money?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
Well-
obviously you make more money doing the podcast, but it's really upsetting to like your old fans that
What,
you're no
saying,
longer making content.
Like Medicare, how he just does.
Okay, well,
But he still does other videos too.
originally, I liked the H3 podcast up until like episode 20 or so, back when they were actually interviewing actual YouTubers, when they had fucking Vsauce, iDubbbz, Video Game Donkey.
Yeah, you know, all those
Boogie.
down to earth YouTubers, those people with
Yeah, it was a show
4
about
billion
it was a show about
subs.
YouTuber. Now he's interviewing fucking Drake. I don't give a fuck
Wait,
about
is he?
Drake.
Is he? Drake's on the show?
Drake was on the fucking podcast.
Fuck that, no one's gonna watch that. But that's their reach of mainstream. And listen, this is a guy who 2 years ago was just some fucking bum in his
Ethan?
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fucking appeal. That's the appeal of Ethan Klein. And
You don't think
why
that it's cool now that now he's hanging out with like Post
No, it's not.
Malone?
No,
and,
it's not
he's-
relatable.
He sold out his
Monkey,
entire
You have this hatred
values.
of people with subscribers. You go, oh, video game donkey and blah
Well,
blah.
he's giving
What is
lists
he
like
supposed
all,
to have you on the show?
it'd be nice, not me specifically,
nice.
but it'd be really cool if you would like reach out to like underrated YouTubers, because like it's not the whole
Yeah,
point
like a,
that
sh-
no,
a
no.
show about YouTubers.
There's a lot of underrated YouTubers, and there's a shit ton of people with very few subscribers that probably make okay content. But that's like the YouTube mountain. At the top is when you fucking make it there, but as
the
it
top is
goes
fucking
down, it spreads out.
At
and
the top
there's-
is fucking Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, all those guys.
right. And then it goes down to
Well,
like
I
PewDiePie.
think as somebody who like you're saying 2 years ago was a nobody and now he's like at the top of the heap, why not spread the love and be like, oh, I see other people who were where I was 2 years ago. Let's bring them on the show, share the love. Instead, he's like, no, let's just get celebrities on there.
Because
Fuck
nobody-
the little guy.
I live in LA.
Would you watch the show? Would you enjoy the podcast better?
Yes,
their podcast
absolutely.
has 1 million
Absolutely.
subscribers. Like people will click on it no matter what.
You think an advertiser would say, we're going to pay you
Okay, but why does
a
it have
couple
to,
$1,000?
why does it have to be about the fucking ads?
Because you have
They
to make
make a-
money
they make
because they live
100
in
grand.
LA and they
make
have a big house
make-
now.
No,
No one forced them to do that. They make $100,000 off each episode, and that's not even including the ad revenue and
You
the super
fucking-
chats.
You communists,
And-
you don't like that they use capitalism.
That's not my
and
argument.
They got
That's not
fucking,
my argument.
success
That's not my
around
argument.
the big house.
Rusty,
That's
you
not
seem
my
to be
argument. I'm okay with
arguing that if they have like a less popular guest that no advertisers will want to go on, the show is so popular.
Nobody's gonna watch it if
Of
if
course
they have
they
who?
would.
Name a guy. Just name someone.
The iDubbbz
doesn't
one.
matter who-
The iDubbbz one
Can't
has
even name
like
one. Just answer the question.
the
Name someone that
iDubbbz
should be on there.
podcast has like more views than 80% of their podcasts.
Yeah, and iDubbbz is a very popular YouTuber.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
So, of course,
it's
I mean,
within the scope of
But
YouTube.
people tune in to see the H3 podcast, not to see the guest of the week.
I see what you're saying, but you're not just talking about not successful YouTubers. You're just talking about YouTubers in general.
I'd say,
like iDubbbz on there, that was a great episode. Having PewDiePie on there, that was cool.
Like
Bo
once in a
Burnham
while,
even.
bring in like Ethan's like, okay, I found this guy with 50,000 subs. I think he's really funny. I want to introduce him to all you guys. I have all this power and influence, and I want to spread the love instead of just like, oh, what celebrity are we going to get
Drake,
this week?
Ethan's a
everyone, look,
powerful
it's
man.
Drake.
So you would prefer that, say, whenever Bill Burr's agent hit up Ethan's people or whatever and said, hey, can we have Bill on your show? He's promoting his new comedy special or whatever tour. And Ethan just goes, fuck no.
I think that there could
Yeah,
be a balance.
I bet
How about fuck off,
I bet
YouTubers only.
I bet in hindsight, Ethan wishes that happened. that video was a fucking abortion.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
He was literally doing the or figurative whatever. He was doing the Chris Farley skit, where the Chris Farley show. You know, it's like so. Hey, remember that time you got booed off stage, but you just insulted the crowd until they all loved you? He goes, yeah, I remember that. You remember that? Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, but here's a video. You want to see this video? Because I have the video pulled up. You want to look at it? No. All right.
Here, we can edit in the clip also.
And his face starts twitching out.
Okay. Well, the reason we're bringing all of this up in the first place is because recently, on like the last podcast he made as of the time of us recording this, it was about the fucking BetterHelp thing. And it just pissed me off.
Who would make a video about the
it just
BetterHelp thing?
pissed me
Like,
off what he was talking
trying to
about.
jump on the bandwagon.
Explain what's bad about it, because I watched the same thing, because you mentioned that you hated it, and I watched it, and I had no idea why you would be upset
Okay,
about
so
it.
the context is that after the whole Shane Dawson, Jake Paul thing, BetterHelp got like under a bunch of scrutiny, and
Wait, how's that related?
well, that's just what started the whole thing.
Was
You know
Shane
the thing
Dawson?
about
Yeah.
BetterHelp?
Yeah, that was.
Wait, I made a video about it, Russ.
Did
You
you? I don't-
piece of shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Watch
that's
it.
Fucker.
okay. That's how all this began.
3 days
And then-
ago.
Jesus.
And then people began investigating the terms of service and stuff, and they found they do a bunch of unscrupulous stuff. They're really shady. A bunch of
Was Shane Dawson sponsored by BetterHelp?
yeah, and the Jake.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so that's why
he
they
did
looked it
several,
up.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
So in the
apropos of nothing.
past, on the podcast, or was it on their videos that
It was on the
H3H3 had?
podcast. They did a reading for BetterHelp.
Okay.
And then PewDiePie made a video about it, and it drew a lot of attention to it, where he basically showed how all these big YouTubers are sponsoring BetterHelp, some of them using more shady tactics than others, and they're getting paid $200 per person they get to sign up to BetterHelp.
That's
so there's
Nice.
crazy.
What the fuck? $200 per person?
yeah, and there's
Holy
there's
shit.
a
Do you
huge-
have to- do they have
huge
to approach
financial
you?
incentive?
Or can you just like sign up through like an affiliate type of program? That sounds great.
The way it's $260
that.
a month to sign up for it. So like they get 200 of
So
those
you really have to
dollars?
convince people that they're fucking depressed and that they need to talk to an
That's-
Well,
online
yeah, exactly.
counselor.
It creates a financial incentive
Okay, so
to
what
lure
did-
your audience over to this site that does shady practices and claims to help depression, but at the same time, in the terms of service, they say, "Oh, well, we're not responsible for suicidal people and stuff
Well,
like
they're
that."
not.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, that's fair.
No, but still, though,
I would probably put that in my terms of service.
I
if I
am
had them.
responsible
Okay,
for
the pro-
suicide.
We are
the
responsible.
the problem with BetterHelp is the entire business model is just fucked.
Yeah, it's a fucked up company.
You can't mass produce an automated online system where you try to sell people therapy. Therapy is a very personal thing that
I wouldn't know.
if you screw it up, you're playing with fire. You're playing with actual depressed people with
Yeah,
mental
but that's why
issues.
you put in your terms of service that you're not responsible for
Yeah.
suicide. So
Still,
what did H3H3 do wrong then? I mean, yeah, they promote the product, but you know how these sponsors are. They have people that
Okay, well,
vet the people that come to them with sponsorship opportunities.
okay. Had he just done the read and then just owned up to the mistake and just admitted he was wrong, then I would have been completely fine with it.
What was he wrong about? What did he do
well,
wrong?
here's what he did. Here's what he did. The entire opening of that podcast, he spends 20 minutes talking about BetterHelp.
Sure, they had
and-
no guests, so they had to talk about
And
something.
I'm
Wait,
expecting.
so you think that episodes with no guest will do better than an episode with an underknown guest?
yeah, what the fuck, Rusty?
No, episodes with no guest fucking suck on their podcast.
Really?
Yeah, it's just him.
Wouldn't it be nice if like, oh, we don't have a guest? I don't know. Let's invite Rusty Cage. He has 1 million subs. That'd be cool. No, that
Who's
wasn't
gonna
cool.
tune in?
Nobody would tune in.
Nobody's gonna.
People
tune
are
in.
gonna
What they did with Doug Tenapple did, like knife game creator Rusty
Right.
Cage.
Okay, whatever. We can discuss that later.
damn it.
Discuss that
All right,
later.
all right, that's good.
So, if you just listen to the beginning of this podcast, I'm expecting like the fucking old Ethan, vintage H3, where he fucking rips into these
That Ethan
companies
is
and he
dead.
fucking destroys them for
Edited.
fucking up. And
That Ethan got depressed and committed suicide. Now we have the new boring Ethan, the sellout Ethan.
I
Is all
know.
that's left.
yeah, Ethan,
Man, you guys
Ethan's
are being
boring twin.
too fucking harsh. Wait, you're treating him
No,
as though he
okay.
is a Drake.
I still have to explain.
He's a YouTuber.
I still have to explain.
Okay.
So he barely actually admonishes BetterHelp at all, and all he really does for like the majority of the thing
Is cover his own ass.
No, he cites the PewDiePie video, and he somehow complains that PewDiePie showed him in an unfair light in his video, and he makes himself the victim in the BetterHelp thing.
Well, okay. I don't think he fucked up in a BetterHelp thing. I don't think he did anything wrong.
Well,
What did he do incorrect? Like,
Well-
someone came to him and said, "Hey, you want to do this ad read for our product, our company?" And he goes, and they went through a person who went through their people who said, "All right, Ethan, here are the ads that you have to read now. Read the copy," because that's how it works. They have a bunch of copy. It's on pieces of paper, so they're just reading the copy. Dollar Shave Club, blah 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 blah. These watches, movement watches, blah blah blah. BetterHelp, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And then later, someone's taking clips of his where he's talking about his depression, cutting it in with his ad reads, and then they're trying to spin a story where he is actually manipulating his own depression
I think that's
to get people to buy
I think that
BetterHelp.
was taken way out of context. Like I watched the PewDiePie video.
I didn't watch
No
that.
one was talking about Ethan in that. That was
No,
just
it was the other Burns, something Burns.
Bobby Burns.
Bobby
Oh,
Burns. Yeah.
Whatever.
sucks.
He's responding to the PewDiePie video, backstabbing PewDiePie yet again, and PewDiePie just fucking didn't do anything wrong. He's just showing examples of big YouTubers who are sponsoring BetterHelp or sponsored by BetterHelp because he's proving the point that BetterHelp has like reached some of the most influential people on the platform. That was PewDiePie's entire point.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't see the PewDiePie video, so I mean, I'll go along with PewDiePie did nothing wrong.
see.
I don't watch PewDiePie's videos. He sucks. He's not gonna make it. He doesn't have what it takes. He doesn't have the chops.
Yeah, PewDiePie will never be a big YouTuber.
Listen, he's getting taken over. Was it Monkey in the bathroom again?
Yeah, Mumkey's
What's that? That's the third time
once
in
again,
10 minutes?
It's up to Rusty and I to carry the fucking show.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
So Ethan spends 10 minutes in the podcast defending himself against arguments that no people were making, somehow spinning himself into the victim of the whole BetterHelp thing. And Rusty, to go
No.
to talk about your point earlier.
Okay.
To talk about your point earlier. I don't really have a problem. Like I buy the fact that Ethan was just like he just got the thing from his agent and he read it. I don't really have a problem with that. But once all this stuff has surfaced about BetterHelp and their shady practices, you have to fucking issue
He did.
a retraction.
No,
It was disingenuous.
You're saying
fucking
he was
disingenuous.
spinning himself into a victim.
Yeah.
But he's defending himself against direct criticism against him.
No
That's
one
not
was
spinning yourself into a
no
victim.
one was criticizing him. No one took that away from the PewDiePie
Someone
video.
must have been. I'm saying he got fucking shit. I'm sure.
No.
Why would he even address?
It's a completely made up.
nothing?
It's a completely made up.
So-
thing. People were going after DeFranco.
I say.
People
You're
were going
right.
after
You're right. So you're
Phil
saying that
DeFranco.
Not
Not Ethan.
maybe people in comments were probably, fucking shitting on him a little bit, but there wasn't like a big controversy. Ethan Klein manipulates people.
Literally,
blah, blah.
no one was talking about it.
They
before
were
he made
talking
the
about
podcast.
DeFranco doing it.
Yeah, DeFranco was getting all the heat.
You see how he
Ethan-
covered
Ethan-
himself.
Ethan-
Well, look, now
Ethan
who are we
was just
talking
a
about?
footnote.
So now we're just shitting on poor H3, little channel H3H3.
Little channel.
No.
Not big time Philip DeFranco.
I have a problem with the fact that he claims to be a victim in all of this, and he downplays the whole thing as if you have to at least admit that you were somewhat negligent
You know
in
what?
posting this ad, and to many of your subscribers.
That's what I'm saying. Negligent. That's not his job. He is the person that does the last thing. Negligence falls on the people before him. his agent, his manager, everyone who's finding these things. If I said something like, so if someone gives me an ad read for monkey biscuits,
Okay.
And I go, yeah, monkey biscuits, they're great. Monkey's gonna eat them. Or
And
monkeys.
it comes out that they're poisonous
Yeah,
to
poisonous.
monkeys.
I go, what the fuck? What was I supposed to do? Like, have my own team of doctors
Okay.
and chemists like test
Well,
this to see if they're poison?
Normally, I'd err on the side of like, yeah, the consumer. It's up to the consumer to make their own decisions. But in this specific case, when you're dealing with like a mental health service, you're fucking playing with fire.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I personally, yeah, this kind of seems like a bad idea in concept.
Ethan has
all
some of the
around.
most fervent fans on the internet out of people who just unconditionally love and support whatever he does.
Me.
So
he must if he's still so popular.
well, yeah,
after all that
there's
shit
people,
he's done.
People are still sticking with him
come
after
back.
this, but I don't know. He's definitely slipping a lot. A lot of people are finally coming out and saying stuff. And this was the straw that broke the camel's back for me because this whole 20-minute spiel, he's just defensive. He's indignant. He's basically taking no personal
How would
responsibility.
you react?
Well,
What gives him some sort of like?
Let me ask you a
I fucking
hypothetical.
go after BetterHelp. I attack the shit out of them.
Let-
Yeah,
let-
but we don't
for
even know
making me
who
look
you
like an
are.
idiot.
Yeah, Lemon, let me hit you with the hypothetical. So I'm not ad friendly. No sponsorship wants to come to me. But like, let's say hypothetically, some guy paid me $200 to promote his stupid little YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Let's say I do that. Then it comes out like 2 months later that he raped a dog like brutally.
Oof.
Would you expect me to like make a video like, guys, okay, I know I got paid and I said these things about this guy because he paid me too, but you got to listen. He raped a dog. I wanted to come clear and clean about this. Like, would you do that, or would you be like, well, fuck it? I mean, I got the money. I
It's
did
not my
the job.
fucking
Okay,
business.
no,
like,
I-
let's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't
that's it.
fucking care.
Well,
Maybe
that,
I won't take their sponsorship anymore. You know?
Maybe
that analogy is a false
Depends on how much.
equivalency.
is it? What's the false?
Well, you're talking
what's
about
wrong with
when you're
it?
talking about one guy raping a dog. Ethan it's an audience of hundreds of thousands of people who trust him.
I have that
who
too.
Sign,
I have that
sign
too.
up for his sign up for this
Right?
service.
Yeah, sure. I have 10 hundreds of thousands.
I'm just saying when
You have
when
1
you promote
million.
Yeah.
when you promote BetterHelp, people are getting directly screwed over.
Yeah, but in my case,
in
I'm
the
I'm
thousands.
promoting a dog rapist. It's like, I guess the difference is that the customer is getting screwed over.
yeah,
like, the customer's getting
What is the
raped.
blame? For?
Okay, I don't think the situation you brought up is analogous.
Well,
So
but it sounds
can't-
like you
can't-
think
you can't
he
treat it the
should
same.
he should apologize for accepting a sponsorship that ended up being malicious.
I think what
Yeah.
Emperor Lim saying is that he should never have made the video at all because nobody was. You're saying that it really was not a big thing where people are attacking H3H3
Yeah, he made up this whole victim state on his own,
as though the controversy was about him.
No one was talking about him.
So he could have just
as-
ignored it.
as-
But then
as
also
the-
it goes against what you're saying that he should have just apologized.
Well,
But
I'm saying the Ethan I know, that the one that I subscribe to,
He's dead.
Would have fucking
He's dead?
they would have crucified BetterHelp and made sure
you're
that
right, you're right.
no one would ever use the service
under different
again.
circumstances, they would have made a video against BetterHelp, talking shit and calling out all their bullshit.
Isn't this the same thing they did with the whole CS:GO gambling stuff that they got so much praise for?
Yeah.
But this is arguably BetterHelp's arguably worse than that because you're dealing with like
but
mentally.
you're putting so much
depressed
like
people.
responsibility on a fucking guy.
advertisement on a podcast.
No, just a YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's just some fucking guy like us making YouTube videos as though he's supposed to like be held to this. Ethan Klein is held to this standard that's way up here where he's has to be like, oh shit, I can't even make a mistake. Whoops, I did a thing for BetterHelp instead of making a video attacking
Okay,
it.
it's okay.
He was depressed.
I'm okay. I'm okay with
yeah, that's a
him.
good excuse.
I'm okay with him making a mistake, but you have to own up to it. Don't act like it never. Don't act like you didn't do anything wrong. Don't act like you're somehow the victim
You know,
here.
you know what I thought was stupid about what he was saying in that video. He was trying to make this point that like, yeah, and everyone keeps going after all of these YouTubers who did get sponsorships from BetterHelp, but they're already depressed.
Oh, yeah, that's
they're
another
already
thing.
depressed, and so it's kind of like that they're going after them. It just makes it worse. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, they're because they're making YouTube videos.
The
going,
back
"Yeah,
end-
I'm crying.
the back end of that whole
Don't give me criticism.
BetterHelp speech in the podcast is like some of the most infuriating shit I've ever heard from him. It's just so much backpedaling, so many excuses. Go back and watch it. It just makes me more angry each time I watch it.
refuse.
I care so little about the quality of my sponsors that, like, if ISIS offered me $100 to give them a shout out, I would just do it.
But now you say you don't care about the quality of your sponsors. What sponsors are you talking about?
Well, like, if anybody, like, if ISIS like the terrorist
just if-
organization said, "We'll give you $100 to say join ISIS at the end of this video," I would just do it. Because who fucking cares?
You're gonna
fine.
be put on the list.
Okay.
I've been on that list for decades.
Hey, you flew here, didn't you?
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah. So that's how you know. If you get on the airport or get on the airplane, then you know you're not on the list.
But here's
And I
the thing.
fucking go.
When I
every
did
time
when I was
make it
doing
on.
Fiverr for only $5, people could get me to say whatever they want, and I
Sure.
said
I
a
paid
lot
you
of
$5 to say that
Yeah.
Hitler did nothing wrong.
yeah,
and
and I still stand by that. Like not by the message, but like I'll
okay.
say because it's just words. In my mind, words can't hurt you. So if somebody wants to give me $5 to say some retarded shit, I'll just say it because I'm a businessman, and it's not like I've forced anybody to believe the
fine.
stupid message.
Fine, if Ethan wants to run fucking ISIS recruitment videos
why-
on his podcast, then
If he
then
did,
let
would you
him
really
do-
be
I'll-
that mad? Like, who cares?
I'd be okay with it, but you can't act like he somehow has the moral high ground after
well,
that.
I think
doesn't.
I think he's a scumbag, but I also believe in just taking an ad.
This
yeah.
is so. You guys are talking about like YouTubers shouldn't take themselves so seriously. You didn't say that, but you.
I
did.
think he's not funny. I think he sucks.
You haven't even watched any of his videos.
Everything
you
I've
said.
seen was so horrible that I had to turn it off.
The shit with Filthy Frank and.
Well, he's barely in any Filthy Frank videos. I'm talking
Yeah.
like Vape Nation and the Bill Burr interview, like just such cringy
Okay.
garbage.
Sure, but those are bad representations.
Well, those are just like most popular things that I've ever seen.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's fucking horrible, horrible.
Look at the
content.
most popular thing. The most popular comedy is not going to be the best.
All I'm saying, my whole reason for kind of turning against him and not really supporting him anymore is he built his channel on this whole image of integrity and just the whole grassroots looking out for the tiny YouTubers.
I think he was trying to make. No, he built it on trying to make people laugh. Just trying to be
I don't
a
think it was
goofy
about
fucking
that.
guy
I don't think,
showing off his
I don't
fupa.
think I don't think that's why most people find appeal in Ethan.
That's what I did. I mean, I think a lot of people
Really?
did. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
he's lost his way
I
because he
think
hasn't
the-
made me laugh in years.
I see a
You don't
majority.
even watch his channel.
I'd say
Shut up.
I see a majority of the people find appeal in H3H3 Productions because he's just a regular goofball dude
Not anymore.
doing stuff on the internet, and people find that really endearing because Ethan's whole image is like, oh, I'm just one of you, but I'm up on the big stage, so.
Yeah, I'm just,
maybe if I can
I'm
do it,
just
you
one
can
of
do it
you.
too.
I interview international famous
but
celebrities
yeah,
every
come on,
week.
hold on now, because listen, he was 2 years ago. This is someone who just got rocketed into this over the course of 2 years. He wasn't an industry guy. He was a fucking schmo.
Yeah, and
but
he-
now
and
he is.
and he let his ego
And
get
now
out
he
of
is,
control.
But how quick would you transition into
Oh,
being?
I would never move to LA. I would stay
Yeah,
living in my
LA is
humble
full of-
little home forever.
LA is full of
Well,
nasty,
you're a
depressed
fucking
people.
Martyr of.
I don't think
Martyr? No, I'm true to
you're
myself.
a moral.
I'm not going to change my
know
personality because I
anyone-
got famous on the fucking internet.
I don't know anyone from LA who isn't clinically depressed.
That's true.
Who isn't a,
No, that's
a fucking
true. Yeah,
scumbag?
no. Everyone I know
They're
that
either-
lives in LA is depressed.
They're either just-
and they're kind of fucking.
They're either
nuts
just like
too.
loud type A asshole people,
Mm-hmm.
or they're depressed people who are just struggling around to find their purpose in life.
I was telling you about a buddy of mine that's out there, and he was in a band. The band didn't work, and so he got into like sound control or whatever for like a company that interviews celebrities. And so essentially, he's working a boom mic.
Yeah.
And he's depressed?
He holds the boom mic over Lawrence Fishburne during an interview.
Oh,
and he's
Samuel
going,
L.
"Wow, I'm
Jackson?
making it. I'm making it because Lawrence Fishburne. Wow, he's right there." The thing is, he's not making really any money. He's having to pay out his fucking ass for whatever his shitty apartment is
why
in
live
the
in fucking
ghettos.
LA?
And then he's going, "There's nowhere to move up. I'm not going to become a director doing this."
Yeah.
And there's a shit in the second if he wants to quit, there's going to be 1 million other people that are right there by the door waiting to come in, and it's depressing.
LA is just a toxic cesspool full of disgusting people. And it ruined Ethan's attitude.
Yeah.
Ever since he moved there, he's just
I thought he
he's
always
just
lived there.
he's just well, he was in New York back when he was actually getting popular,
No, they
making the videos
they
people
moved
loved.
to. That was after they got popular. They were able to move to New York, but they only lived there for a year. They're from California.
No, they're
The
originally
same
from
type of shit.
Israel.
Well, okay, we're all from Africa. No,
No, they at the
literally-
Eli's
at the-
from Israel.
yeah.
He is not.
No, at the
He's
start.
from like Santa Monica.
I don't know if I can give you my facts. I'm pretty sure it's true.
pretty
At,
sure
at
you
the
are.
at the start of their YouTube channel, they lived in Israel, and then they moved to.
Because he lived in Israel with her whenever he went over there, and then whatever. I'm not gonna talk about his.
I don't know.
He's from fucking California.
I don't know the Ethan moving timeline, okay? But all I know is back when he was in New York, he was a lot more humble and he was a lot more connected with the community. And now he just seems really conceited and he's on like a cloud.
You just don't like Israel.
Guys, if I could put a fork in this conversation for one moment to talk about our sponsor, which of course is BetterHelp.
Right. BetterHelp.com.
You guys ever felt kind of sad or depressed?
Oh my gosh, all the time.
You got money to waste?
Yeah, sure. Now, you know what? It's worth it.
If your friend sends you a text message, do you even notice the typos?
I don't notice a lot of things anymore.
Well, then BetterHelp is the perfect service for you.
Yeah, definitely when I'm depressed, going online and talking to strangers makes me feel better.
And the best part is, like, it takes the therapist at least 2 hours to respond to each message, so it's not like an instant gratification thing. Yep. You have to wait and just wallow in your sadness for them to reply.
I'm getting an email in right now from BetterHelp. It's cease and desist is the title of the email.
Well, guys,
is that the name of the new ad program?
Yeah, should we?
That concludes the ad reading.
This looks legal.
Well, is it full of typos? Because then we know it's really from them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it looks like it's from.
Do they spell cease
Indian.
with a fucking like K at the beginning? Because keys.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I mean, sure. So I guess we pretty much talked about H3H3.
I thought we were going to argue about whether or not they're funny.
They are funny.
I personally find it marginally funny, but the appeal for me has always been the commentary on whatever he's talking about. Now he's just talking about that's another thing. He used to talk about internet, like obscure internet people, and now he just talks about shows on TLC.
No. Okay, he's been doing that. You guys gotta fucking go back in your H3H3 history. What are you talking about? He started with that. That was like some of his biggest hits were like some of the goofy TLC shows.
Yeah, maybe it was like one out of 8 videos.
The guy who
the rest of them were like,
who's in love with his car, or like the lady who wants to like fuck a Ferris wheel or whatever. The thing is, now you're seeing the podcast and you're seeing him have to unscripted, unedited, and without format, just talking about random things, just being him.
And some people are not good at that.
Sure,
some people should stay on script.
Right. I mean, but here we all are. So,
well, if we're gonna argue about whether or not they're funny, how about this? I'm gonna list literally the funniest things in the world, and you're a big fan, Rusty. You tell me, are these things in their videos?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Pratfalls.
What is it?
Pratfalls.
Oh, you know the fuck we talking about.
Slide whistle sound effects.
Oh my gosh, I have a slide whistle. Yeah, I think that's really fucking funny.
Seltzer bottle of water in the face.
Yeah, like the clown. Yeah, like the clowns do. Yeah. Oh my god, no, they have the flower.
Yeah.
And then when the guy comes in to shake his hand, he goes and squirts him right in the eye, and he goes, ah!
Okay, cream pie in the face. Have they done that?
Oh, jeez, you just one up yourself.
Red rubber nose. Rubber chicken. Are any of these things part of the H3 podcast? I'm naming the funniest things I can think of. Does the show feature any of that?
wacky sound effects.
Fat people falling down.
Yes.
Dude, Ethan's
that's
fat.
in the fucking. That's one of the main things in H3H3.
Getting kicked in the nuts. Is that in the show?
No. Ethan is fat and he's figuratively fallen. So.
Okay, you got me. It's funny.
All right. See.
And I listed the 10 funniest things I could think of.
What about 2 fingers to the eyes?
But you can stop it.
Yeah,
with
you can stop it by putting your hand up in a karate chop thing.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah, those are all. Oh God, that really takes me back to
so
Three Stooges
when I was born.
Oh yeah,
1937.
Were you curly or Mo?
Anyway, at the end of the day, Ethan, you've lost my respect. You're on a downward spiral.
All right, controversy begins.
Yeah, we know he's a big fan of this show.
Move out of LA. Move to like Texas or somewhere. Move somewhere humble. Humble yourself out.
Oh, did we just get a super chat from Ethan Klein, Rusty?
Yeah.
What's it say? How much was it for?
It is for $1.
Oh, that's insulting. You can't even put a message for $1. Are you sure it wasn't two?
No, I can't say this on.
Oh, you can't.
No, we'll get kicked. He's trying to. It's. He's saying say Nate Higgers 10 times fast.
Okay. Well, EmpLemon, go ahead and give it a shot.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Nate Higgers was the phrase.
I'm gonna go ahead and not
Nate
do that.
Higgers, Nate 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 Higgers, Nate. I think I did it. That was 10 times. Thanks, Ethan, for the $1. I guess we'll split that 3 ways.
I think he's out though.
I demand a fair percent from this podcast.
Yeah, well,
YouTube takes about 30% from super chats. So if we can divide 70 3 ways, I guess who gets the extra cent at the end? Or do 2 people get a free cent?
because no one's paying me to set up all these fucking microphones.
Yeah, I think
that's your
You're
your
paying-
all the
paying
setup
me
is worth 1 penny.
per gigabyte of computer storage. Whatever.
Ethan, thank you so much for the $1 in super chat.
I feel like Trash is
maybe
gonna be here.
He's finally humbled himself out. You know?
He's finally giving back to the smaller YouTubers and not
exactly.
promoting fucking trending celebrities.
You
Wow,
know
what a
Ethan-
hero.
Ethan,
Look at this
Ethan, I
hatred.
forgive
This
you.
hatred of success. You're
don't
like
hate success.
No, you all do.
No.
You hate it.
It's okay. It's,
Mainly Mumkey.
Success is okay, but you can't expect people to. You can't expect people to still see you as this humble mom and pop YouTuber anymore.
I'm okay with success. I think you should. With great power comes great responsibility, Rusty. And if I had a podcast where I had a new guest every week, I would not exclusively invite on fucking celebrities. Like, I'd be like, I have a whole bunch of friends who were like below 10,000 subs who I think are really talented, and I'm looking forward to using my platform to promote them.
All right,
and
well,
give them a
let's
shot.
see. How about you fucking try to make a podcast, Mumkey?
Okay,
See
fine.
how well it works.
Okay.
And you know what? Get two of your unknown YouTube friends
Rusty,
to join you.
you did this shit for me. Like, I was nobody, and you had so many subs, and you invited
Finally
me on
he
your
admits
fucking.
it.
You invited me on your channel 1,000,000 times because,
Yeah.
like, Ethan would never have invited
right, but-
either of
yeah.
us ever for a collab. Never.
and I got famous all by myself.
Well,
All by myself.
and I'm 10.
And I'm 10.